Hi guys! Oscar is kind of outside of the video. He doesn't necessarily want to be in the video. That's okay, he'll still answer. This is our first video. For those of you who don't know who we are or whatever, again, my name is Arix. I'm president of the GCC GSA.
I'm Manuel, vice president of the GSA.
Krisha, IOC rep.
Galen, treasurer.
Oscar.
He's the other IOC rep. We got a few questions already for you guys, so we'll be answering those for you guys here.
Right now.
The first one is, what gave you the courage to come out? I didn't really come out until recently, fully come out. I did come out as bisexual during high school one day because I kind of just saw like a lesbian couple walking around, and you know, I felt like I wanted to let people know about that, and so I did. I told my friends, and some people said it was hot, which is obviously the question, I mean the answer you're gonna get from guys.
Oh yeah!
But most of my friends, yeah, they were okay with it. Sorry. They were okay with it, and then I came out to my mom and my dad, and we had a few problems, but, you know, it was mostly okay. Give you the courage to come out.
We don't all have the courage to come out. My girlfriend, at the time, I wanted to be out with her and be able to hold her hand in the street and stuff like that.
Without worrying.
Without worrying who was looking for me in the streets to beat me up.
Well, courage wasn't really a factor the first time. It was after a long argument with my dad about, like, being very careful about who I marry, and I'm like, I'm never getting married. And he was like, why not? But it's like, never mind, I'm not going to go on that line. But later I also had to come out to my mom because my boyfriend was stupid. And he's like, he stole a car to come see me. She's like, why would he do that? And that's why I was like, I had to tell her.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, do you have anything that encouraged you, or do you just love being
Morgan
gay?
Freeman.
I just love being gay, man.
Oscar loves being gay.
I love being gay, damn it. You should too. If you are.
Next question is, do any of you want children in the future? And if yes, what are some possible ways to have children without or with all the complications going on with being able to adopt as same-sex couples? Well, Manuela loves children.
I love children. I love them so much. I will get them in the street. I don't care.
If you don't want yours, you can give them to her.
Yeah, if you don't want your child, please give it to Manuela.
I will take care of him.
Totally
Watch
kidding.
your back on the streets.
But
Children's.
my mom's original, one of her old bosses was actually a lesbian couple, and it was funny because one of them has cerebral palsy, if I'm not mistaken, so she has a hard time walking. And is it cerebral palsy that can't walk, but she's okay? Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know. But it was funny because when I was little, my mom was just like, "Oh, that other lady's just her caretaker," and I was like,
Nope.
"Really? No, that's impossible."
Not that
And actually, because of them, I was okay with myself, and that was like I was like 11 or 12. So, but
I think adopting is the best thing because it's overpopulation.
yeah, you can help out a little kid that really wants a mom or a dad, but remember, I mean, the only big deal with that is that it takes a long time to process the papers and to actually be able to adopt someone.
Unless you go to a third world country. And I'll look you up. I'll look you up.
You can also do that.
Talk to me.
But yeah, there's also, you know, for lesbians, you know, they do the insemination, you know, which also costs a lot of money. But obviously there's always problems because we can't reproduce naturally. There have been some people who have had the talk of women actually being able to have their own babies, but it would only be a female baby, and it can only be a female baby just because of the XX chromosome. It can't be a boy because the Y is missing. But a lot of the times, like, we feel like it's true, but, you know, it could not be also, or, you know, like, it's probably true, but, yeah. There's but there's always complications when it comes to having kids. But
always, regardless if you're straight, gay, it's always gonna happen. So you just have to be.
The only thing is that obviously because gay couples, you know, they actually have to plan it, and the process is really long, and so, you know, that it's not an accident child, I guess. Because
I think if you adopt or have a child, if you're in a gay, you know, relationship, I think that child is going to be so loved because of everything that they had to go through.
Not saying that straight parents are not.
They're all. My parents are.
Think about it, you know?
Mine might be.
Next question is, what names do y'all.
Where are you from?
Consider offensive in the
Texas.
LGBTQ community.
Dyke.
Faggot. Hate that word.
She doesn't like dyke, and he doesn't like faggot. I don't like faggot because to me it sounds a little more.
I don't mind.
It's what you call something.
I don't care.
Burning,
You could.
so I think it's
Yeah.
violent.
Yeah.
I don't care. You can call me a faggot.
I really don't
call
like
you an
faggot. Oscar doesn't mind being called faggot, but
Or
amongst friends, I
maricon.
think it's mostly okay. Like not okay, but like, you know, But amongst friends, we joke around about it because I guess a lot of us try to take it back. I personally don't care if you call me a dyke.
I care.
I try to embrace it because for me it has a different kind of definition. But like Galen said, you know, faggot is really for something
Violent.
that
You burn.
Sticks.
yeah, that you burn. There's sticks, and so obviously it has a negative connotation. Like if you were to burn gays,
If someone says this to me, I'll give you quite the withering look.
quite. So
Oh, thank you.
I don't like when they call me butch either. Cause look at me, I'm pure.
Yeah,
I'm so
some
pretty.
people don't like twink and stuff like that. Other
Don't
people,
call me. That's the only thing that's offensive to me. Don't ever call me a twink.
Okay, twink, for those of you who don't know, is a very flamboyant kind
Thin.
of gay man.
Very thin.
Very thin, very flamboyant kind of gay man.
And young?
Which, like I said, some people just don't like it. They don't like twink. Some people don't even just like being like just, oh, that's gay or I'm gay or something like that, which is really weird.
Don't call me a
They like
hetero
homosexual,
either.
but yeah.
Straight either. That's pet peeve.
Keep going down. Oh, okay. So the next question is about why do people think that in gay relationships the couples have to take roles on being a man in the relationship or a woman when the whole point of being in a gay relationship is to have two men or two women. So there's a lot of talk about that too, just because some of us believe that it does happen that way, and it's, you know, it's kind of like that's just how we're brought up and that's how society is, that there's a man and a woman, when in reality a gay relationship, it defeats the purpose, you know, of having a man or a woman. But
It's just what people are used to.
It's not only that. I think like just like sex, it's mentally also. Someone might be passive. They might be more feminine, so they're attracted to like more masculine type of guys.
Yeah.
In my case, I'm a little bit more masculine. I'm attracted to other masculine guys. So.
Yeah, and that's why. And that, I mean, that being said, like he said, you know, there's feminine females that like other feminine females, and there's even more like masculine. You see again, like the pronouns and whatnot. Like, you know, like there's more masculine men who like masculine men. There's more masculine females, or a little more edgier females that like other edgier females.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, I mean, it does slip out of my mouth like who's not who's the boy or who's the girl, but who's the more dominant one, blah blah blah. And sometimes we can't help but to look at it and be like, oh, you know, that's what's going on there when you see a couple.
And not only that, but there are some gay couples that relationship can be similar to traditional male-female archetype, and also that's what you tend to see on TV, because for straight viewers it's something that's like a little more normal to them, but
yeah, something
it's
they would
actually,
understand.
it's only a very small portion of gay couples. Most usually have a similar type of masculine feminine level.
So it's not a wrong thing if you want to take on roles. It's really your personal preference. There really isn't no.
I just got flowers today, and I've never gotten flowers in my life.
Don't
By
leave
the
door
way,
open for me. I'll be
because it's for the same reason, you know, like Manuela herself, her culture, you know, she's from Colombia. It's a lot more embedded in her culture to have a masculine, like, you know, role and a feminine role in the relationship. And so,
and even though I'm a woman, I want to take that role of
the
being
more
the
masculine
provider,
character. And honestly, a lot of the times it's just your preference. Yeah. It really is just your preference.
And it's not wrong.
It's not though. It's not weird to have either or. There's some people that just don't like it, and there's some people that don't care.
I'm getting used to it.
The next question, sorry, is no, down one more. Oh, if do any of you feel like during a job interview that you are judged because you don't dress like your gender is supposed to be dressing, and or do you feel that during a job interview you have to present yourself as more of your gender?
I've gone all the time. Do you see me? I'm a woman, and I look very masculine. So when I go to a job interview, of course, I don't feel comfortable wearing like a skirt or like what are they called?
Flats.
I don't even know what they're called.
Or a blouse. She usually wears like a
nice button up with some slacks and like nice shoes.
And a tie.
Freaking hot.
So then sometimes I get really nervous because I feel like, oh, she's gay, or like that's not how she's supposed to dress,
or they think she's a boy and then they go, Krisha, what?
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, your name doesn't match what you look like.
Yeah. Although I'm not as masculine, I do not really go towards the more feminine. I mean, for those of you who have seen me, I don't really like wearing pink. I don't really like glitter. I don't like being very you know. And so myself, when I dress for a job interview, I feel incredibly uncomfortable. I have to wear flats. I only own one pair of flats, and that's the only reason I kept them was for job interviews.
She keeps them.
Same here. Seriously, good job. I have one flat, and I have my own slacks, and then the shirt.
One blouse. Actually, I borrow my mom's blouses.
Yeah, me too. Me too. There you go.
My mom is short, so they're really short, and I look incredibly feminine, and I have to wear like a cardigan, but not like the kind of cardigan that you wear, like a nice one, that long one. No, it's those small cardigans that are kind of blousey like, and they have little tie things, and I'm like when I go there, you know, and I feel incredibly uncomfortable. But
I would want to wear a tie and a freaking like suit. I want to wear a suit up.
And that's what I would wear to a job interview.
But sometimes, you know...
And I would wear a skirt.
But sometimes, you know, it really sucks. But a lot of the time, you could jeopardize... If we were to dress that way, it could jeopardize our chances of getting the job. Which is really sad.
But it's true.
But it's true.
Yeah.
It's incredibly true. And
so true.
It's just something that happens.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, hopefully, it won't be that way. But,
I hope it's like 5 years from now.
Less than that.
Oh, does it bother y'all when people use the statement "that's so gay" when referring to something uncool?
Nope.
Can I take that one?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, well, I don't know if other people feel this like way, but for me, when it's like when you're part of a minority and you like hear someone like referring to that minority, it's almost like they're calling your name.
Yeah.
And if you like are hearing people behind your back like almost calling your name, and every time as they're talking about something horrible, I just feel like that's very hurtful and very bad for you psychologically. I think that can really damage you, and that's why I'm really against people saying that.
Yeah, I feel the same way when I've been in classrooms. And it's like the first day and a few people know each other in the classroom and they're just talking, you know, about their weekend or whatever. And I'm just kind of there. And I've heard it a lot where they're like, oh, dude, that's so gay between themselves. And I just kind of turn around and I'm like, little red flag over here. Like, you know, like I feel kind of like isolated in the sense where I'm like, and sometimes I actually find myself looking for someone else who can possibly be gay. And seriously, don't you ever do that?
Yeah.
Don't any of you guys ever do that in a classroom?
Look for gay people?
What
like,
I think,
look for gay people or something like that. Just, I don't know. It's sad. Because
but what I think is that if you feel that offends you, it's because that's the only thing you are. Like, you think that that's the only thing you are. And that's why you feel that they're referring to you. Like, the only thing you are is gay, and that's why you get offended.
Yeah.
It doesn't offend me because I'm not just gay. I have other interests in my life.
That's another thing. But I mean...
Well, actually, I have other labels that I think I feel bad if people are bad-mouthing them. So.
No, but it's like what Galen said, you know? You kind of feel like they're calling your name. Like, you know, it's like, oh, that's gay. And you're like, so that's me? Hello. Like, you know, it's just... You're put in an awkward situation where you start thinking about it. And then you're like, well, that sucks, you know? And some people, like... Manuela, you know, it doesn't bother her. It doesn't bother me if people... Oscar doesn't bother him.
It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother Krisha. But, like, me, I guess because I'm such an advocate for gay rights, like, seriously, I get pissed off, like, when anybody says anything about, like, our GSA. When I hear it, I don't feel bad for myself. Honestly, I don't. Personally, like, I don't, because I don't care what other people say. But it's more for, like, the members that it does bother, you know? Like,
for the people new to this coming out.
And it's kind of the same thing when I start looking for gay people in the classroom, and I'm like, I wonder if they heard that, too. I wonder what they think about that, too. They probably feel bad or something like that, and it makes me want to go punch the people in the face, you know? But a lot of the times, they don't realize... Like, it doesn't connect in their heads that it might be making someone feel bad, you know? And even though we all hear those videos, like, you know, well, it might be making someone feel bad, it gets better and stuff like that. It does get better, but a lot of the times it's still gonna hurt, and it is something, again, that happens, you know? But we're all here, like, to talk about it and get through it together, you know?
And defend each other, look after each other.
I
think that's the best thing.
That's what the GSA is all about.
Exactly. You love you guys.
I know. So this one says, do you feel more comfortable being out to your families than before you were out to them? Like, do you presently feel more comfortable?
Yes.
Than you were at the beginning?
Yes.
I
see my hair.
I'm gonna answer that one first. I think that when I came out, it was just like weird. I lived in the same house, and it was just you were there, and it was just I don't know. They didn't understand, and that's why it was weird. And then I moved out, and now that I came back, I feel like they don't want to ask anymore, but it's not, like, disgusting to them anymore.
Yeah.
It's just, that's what she is. We'll just not ask about it, and that's it. So it has gotten better. It's not perfect, but it's better, which is good, right?
It's definitely an improvement for me, because, like, when your parents, like, make vague allusions to some future that involves girls.
Or men.
I'm glad that's over with.
My mom says, the man you're going to marry is going to be so amazing. And I'm like... Mom, I am gonna get married.
You know what you should say? Yeah,
girl.
She will be amazing.
You're gonna have to beat the girl.
Mom, I hope you're watching this video. I know she will.
But you know, it really does get better. My mom has actually made a comment where she's like, "Oh, well, you know, I'm not having any like son-in-laws because I have 2 other brothers and they're presumably straight."
Hopefully.
But
I think your mother's the only one I've ever heard of who wants in-laws.
Well, no, my mom actually says that. She's like, I'm not gonna have any son-in-laws, and I'm like, nope.
Mom says the same thing.
Sorry,
true, huh?
Because you only have Oscar has what 4 other sisters?
4 sisters, yes.
and he's gay, and so he's only gonna have son-in-laws.
Yeah.
Next
Maybe.
one. What is the next one? In all your experience, have bisexual people been shunned in your circle or been associated with just being confused and not wanting to fully come out of the closet? No, so, okay. Here's the thing about bisexuality and bi-curiosity. We actually had a discussion about this at GSA last semester. It's a big controversy amongst the LGBTQ community. Myself, if you're in my group and you're bisexual, I don't care. It's the same way I don't care if you're straight, I don't care if you're pans, I don't care if you're if you have a balloon fetish, I don't care. You know, like...
Balloon fetish.
If you're in my group, I don't care, but I would want you to find out if you like guys or girls. I'm always trying to figure out what you want.
But it's because of the same reason. That doesn't make her a bad person.
No.
It's only because a lot of the times, especially when I was in high school, and now that I see it, bisexuality has become more of a trend than, you know, your choice of a sexuality. I myself came out as bisexual because I really thought I was bisexual. I honestly did. Even though I was more attracted to women, I was like, it's normal because I still go out with guys. But in reality, I mean, some people do use it as a gateway sexuality in a sense, you know?
I tried and she said, no, bitch, you're a faggot. And I'm like, okay, fine, I am.
I tried too. I went out with guys and I was like, this is not working out.
Exactly. And for some of us, it does and it doesn't. But the problem is that bisexual people get a bad rep because of it. Because if you truly are bisexual and there's some people that identify as bisexual for the rest of their lives. And for that, I'm like, I clap to them. Seriously, I admire them for that because that's their choice. The problem is that a lot of people don't, especially... Honestly, a lot of females use it, and a lot of times, I'm not sure if it's really because they're just curious, or if they're really bisexual in the sense where they can fall in love and have a relationship, and have a sexual relationship, with both sexes. Not it has to be equal. You can be attracted to one more than the other. The problem is that a lot of the time, bisexuality gets a bad rep because of that. And because of that, it makes a lot of people, like, Manuela, it's not that she doesn't believe in bisexuality. It's not that she's going to judge you and be mean to you, but it does kind of hold that kind of an idea in people's heads, like, are you really bisexual? Does bisexuality really exist? Or is it just a gateway sexuality?
Exactly. The question that I always ask girls that do come up as bisexual, I would tell them, would you fall in love with? And if they say yes or no, then that's their, reasoning. But, I would rather them to tell me which one they like or not. But
exactly.
That's it. And it's your personal preference. I mean.
And it's your preference. And if you want to identify as bisexuality, like I said,
we welcome you.
We welcome you. But I'm saying that there are a lot of people that identify. And they ruin it for a lot of people. For the people that identify and just like to make out with the other person, or they're just curious about it. I'm totally for curiosity, for experimenting. Go ahead. Sexuality to me, personally, is fluid. I think sexuality is fluid. You can like whoever you like and stuff like that. Like, it's fine. I love penis. Oscar says he loves penis. But I mean, period. If you really want to identify as bisexual and if you want to stick to that label, please go ahead. If not, and you realize that you're something else, it's the same thing. But like I said, there are some people who do it and then they give a bad rep to the people that are actually bisexual because other people start believing that bisexuality doesn't exist.
I'd actually like some testimony from bisexual people, because I actually haven't. I've met bisexual people, but I haven't had a chance to hear them really talk about being bisexual, like I have with. Most
We're actually gonna have one of the topics about that.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Same goes with pansexuals. Don't forget pansexuals.
Oh. This one's funny. When same-sex couples go on a date, who pays?
The top.
Whoever asked the other person out.
If it's a first date, I would say that. Whoever asked the other person out, it's because you're not going to ask a person, let's go on a date and sit there at a dinner table and be like, hey, what's going on here? Yeah, it's not going to happen.
I prefer to have both people just pay for themselves.
Yeah, pay for themselves.
There's no dominance issue. There's no roles.
I like dominance in my relationship, so that's why I do it. I never expect the girl to pay. It's been different now, but yes, I don't like it. I just don't.
In other words, it's something you kind of need to decide for yourself, between whoever you're going out with.
Or, like I said, if it's on the first date, we're a same-sex couple, I mean, sometimes it can be, the more masculine, I guess. But between Krisha and I, whenever we go on a date, if I have money and I'm like, babe, I'm going to take you on a date, I pay because I'm the one who said it. And vice versa, it's the same way. If we both decide to go on a date together and we both have money, then we split it and we both pay. Or I'll pay for one thing we're doing and she pays for another. So it's really just your preference, like Galen said. It really is just whatever you want.
You're already breaking one tradition. You're free. You're free.
Next one.
The next one says, to RX and Krisha, how y'all become a couple? What's your story?
That is so cute. Don't believe them. They were together before they knew.
I met Krisha last fall, so it was a year ago at our first meeting, and I thought she was really cute.
She was drooling. I could see it from her mouth. It was disgusting. Disgustingly
cute.
Disgusting.
Oh, okay.
So at the time, I personally am really attracted to Filipino people.
Hence.
But the thing is that when I met her, I was with somebody, and she was also with someone.
Yes.
And later on, the time we really connected was at the AIDS walk last year.
Yeah.
And we were flirting a lot, and then stuff happened.
A lot.
Yeah, we ended up breaking up with the people that we were with. And then we kept going out to things together and stuff, and kept talking to each other.
Rage.
And by Halloween,
I told her to be my girlfriend.
I told her.
They were holding hands, and I was like, "What's happening?"
And then on Halloween, was the day we got together. So this Halloween is our 1 year anniversary.
On Halloween.
But that's how we've gone together.
That is our story.
Yay!
Next one is
PDA, no.
And the next one is actually from a member who was telling us about the website itself. that we want you guys to use the website, but there isn't much to do. Honestly, and like I answered to this person, the blog is there. There are a lack of people going on the blog. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, I have not posted other things for you guys to comment on. But like I said, because of the lack of people going on, it's been really hard to like put stuff up for you guys to talk about. But it is there. There is a survey there. You guys can ask questions, there. You guys can go on the Facebook page, also comment on things. We're starting our first discussion on next Tuesday, like I said, the last meeting. And when discussions happen is when we have more of a chance to put it on the website and on the Facebook page for you guys to come and discuss online. So, like I said, you guys can totally talk about whatever you want. I'll put something today, like when we publish the thing, I'll put something for you guys to go on and comment on whether or not you like the videos, whether or not you like the website, or just something for you guys to talk on or something like that. Don't worry, though. We got you guys. I understand that it might not be as interactive, but we're trying to make it better for you guys. But it's a process. So, but this was our first video for you guys.
Yay!
Get it? We should say goodbye like that. Okay, guys.
Bye!
Comments on the video. Tell us whatever you want. Tell us we're hot.
We are hot.
You better not tell me, man.
Okay, guys.
That's not a good hot pun.
Bye, guys. Bye.